emsnewschannel.com. I'm also the founder of Stop Bullying Now movement, and we are gathered at the event Stop Bullying Now movement, Stop Bullying in the Park. Why did we designate that name? These artists are going to tell you that. This media challenge is for the media. We want you to hear the positive voices of gospel, hip-hop artists, MCs, singers, and also our YiG Showcase host. They want you to know, and their questions are, why don't you cover positive, influential events rather than waiting until the homicide call you get? So we'll go to them right now. YiG Showcase. How do you want the media to see our young people?
I just want them to be seen completely and thoroughly, and I want them to really study us instead of just pushing their own agendas and pushing their ratings up. I want them to really be interested in what the youth have to say, what the youth are up to, and what we're doing, because, I mean, we are the next generation. We are the people who will inherit these news stations. So I feel like we just need to be studied more completely. We need to be heard more completely. And I need them to get real interest in what we have to say.
One of our artists, Tryenyse Jones, is also co-pastor at Urban Jerusalem. She is also co-founder with her husband, Pastor Stacy Jones, of Operation Hip Hop. Let's talk to her for a moment.
Hello, everyone. This is Tryenyse. I'm glad to be here supporting an awesome cause, being a voice for those who don't have a voice. We realize that a lot of people don't understand the necessity and the validity of something like Operation Hip Hop or Stop Bullying Now, but one thing that I know that we're all committed to is raising awareness of what's going on in the youth, in the city, in the urban areas, and I'm just glad to be a part of any organization that's trying to fight for the young people. They're not all out here killing. They're not all gangbangers. They're not all on drugs. You just saw a couple right next to me, so anything that I can do, any song I can sing, any rap I can rap to try to help this movement, I'm really excited to do it, so I'm glad to be here.
We have fathers that are standing with us. I want to hear from a couple of the fathers. G-Shep, Diesel, fathers, come on, to the forefront. I've been thinking about this a lot. It's debatable. You have those that say God is a woman. You know, have at it. All I know is that he's my daddy. I know that he did something marvelous when he made me, when he spoke me, when he thought me, and here I am today. So, he made man first. He made man first, and there was a purpose in that. The dysfunction and the disorder is because many of our men are out of place. They are out of place. We say we're calling you back in place. We want to hear you. We want, as women, to be protected. We want to be guarded. We understand that there's been a sense of disrespect. There's no loyalty anymore. There's no reverence for females. I want to hear from fathers who, you know what, where are your wives at? Come on. Where are the wives at? They may be attending to the children, but they have queens that honor them. I watch them, how they flow today. So let's hear from these fathers, and what do we need from the media? What do we want them to know? That they are still solid, strong, godly men that are standing. Just a couple of minutes. Go ahead. Seconds.
I think as a man, the best thing to look at biblically would be Joshua. Joshua 24:15, it says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So I think as a man, that's the way we got to attack every situation. And we got to, no matter how any situation comes at us, we got to see what the source of it is and then approach it in a godly manner. And in regards to stop bullying, I think it's just time for all of our men to man up. The ones that's first off, the ones that's in the church, you know what I'm saying, just applying 1 Timothy 5:8, you know what I'm saying, getting yourself right first spiritually, then you go get your house right, and then you go to your community and to the church and just help everybody get on one accord with God. So I think that's the main mission, if you ask me.
Well, my take on the whole situation is basically, I think that it's a lot of men out here that don't understand the right now act that needs to take place. You know, I think that we look in the past and we look at all our downfalls and we don't realize that there's a greater future ahead. You know, but the way to change that is acting right now. You know, you can't keep looking at your past. You can't keep dwelling on all of your mistakes. You got to just look forward. I think about Solomon. I think about when God said to him, you know, what can I do for you? He said, I want wisdom so that I could look over your people properly. You know, so when you ask God for wisdom, this helps us to be greater in our homes. This helps us to be greater in our communities when we have wisdom. We're not talking about the street wisdom. We're talking about godly wisdom. That type of wisdom will carry you much further than street wisdom. So when you ask God for wisdom on how to be a better father, how to be a better mentor, how to be a better role model for these young kids in the community, then that type of wisdom carries on from generation to generation. So in order for you to affect that next generation and stop the bullying now and the violence now, you have to act right now. You can't wait. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? Begin to act right now. And if I know we were supposed to address the media, correct? So I want to address the media right now, because what I do notice is there are a lot of negative reports that get reported. There's no positive. I don't see them spotlighting those young kids that are doing well in school and getting A averages and 3.0s and 4.0s. They're not spotlighting that. But when a kid has anger issues, you know, they spotlight that and they talk about how bad North Side Minneapolis is and how bad South Side Minneapolis is, but they don't spotlight the good things. One thing I do want to say is this: why don't they create programs? Why don't you promote creating programs where men like myself that dealt with anger issues can go and talk to these young guys and tell them how to overcome those anger issues instead of spotlighting the anger? Why don't you bring people in that can help them? Some of these teachers don't know how to help them. Some of these teachers have never had anger issues. Some of these teachers don't understand their lifestyle, where they come from, their culture. They don't understand, but we understand. So when you have godly men that can come in and help these kids create programs for it, we'll come. We will show up because we want to act right now. It has to stop now. So God bless you. I hope you change something.
You wrote a song and I heard it, and we'll be hearing that song coming up. We want you to come out and see for yourself at our next event. Some of these artists will, and YiG Showcase, they will be at my side at Rondo Days on July 19th, so that's next Saturday. So you get another chance to do this. And then right back here at Harrison Park on Tuesday, which is National Night Out, August 5th. You can join us here. There'll be 2 sets from 2 to 5 and then from 6 until 9. And we're going to rock this park with Stop Bullying Now movement. You wrote a song, Hood Cries. Why?
Well, to be honest, the reason why I wrote the song was back in 2005 when the little girl Tyisha Edwards got murdered over in the south side of Minneapolis. And I was sitting in my house and just hearing that a baby got murdered. A baby at home reading got murdered. It just really broke my heart. And I tried recording it before and it never fully got kicked off to recording that song. And then just this past year, after the Trayvon Martin situation in Florida and all that, it was like, yo, you got to record that, like for real, for real. God was like, yo, I need you to put this message out there, because a lot of people, especially in the hip hop community, aren't speaking on things like this. And I was just like, okay, if you give me the resources, you give me the place to record it, I'll record it. And thanks to my manager, Tryenyse Jones, she pushed it. Like as soon as I brought the idea to her, she was like, yes, we need that. That's gonna be the anthem.
And that's Mark Music.
With Mark Music, yep. And she said that's gonna be the anthem. I was just, speaking from my heart, and letting them know. The song is called Hood Cries, and basically only time people think about us crying in the hood is because somebody dies, and then we in turn go to God like, why weren't you there? But he hears our cries, and this is not only like a prayer to him, like, Lord, we need you, but it's also letting the neighborhood, the community know that he hears your cries, he hears you when you cry, and like everybody else, just to echo, just we here for you. You know, stop bullying and stop the violence. We're sick of it, for real.
You're hearing from a father. And then we have Mighty. Come join me here. It's not a father.
I am.
Your father. All right, all right. Go ahead and address the media concerning what you suggest to them to cover when fathers step to the plate.
Just think they should just cover fathers stepping to the plate, period. Like, just need more of that out there. More kids, youth need to see that. Even, a little older or whatnot, 20s, 30s or whatever. I think a lot of people probably grew up without fathers, and so they don't have that positive role model to show them the way to, change their life, to show them that they are leaders in the household. Like my brother was saying, me and my house, we would serve the Lord. Some people don't know how to lead their house like that. So just be able to, show more of that positive light to men, so we can be able to grow and see, what that level is that we need to strive to in order to help the youth out. So.
You're listening to GMSNewsChannel.com at Stop Bullying Now in the park at Harrison Park. We are in partnership with Harrison Neighborhood Association and also Harrison Park. I want the ladies to step forward because I want the media to hear the difference between covering a female who literally has lost her mind. All the evidence is there. We have the incidents of a female who lost control of her car, whatever happened, but there was a fatality because that car went into the pond and those children died. And there are all kinds of things going on. There are women that are in domestic abused situations in their homes, and even in the cleric circles, they don't feel okay about saying, I got an issue here and I need help. We're saying we're being as transparent as we possibly can. When individuals come before you and say, we have answers, we're saying to you, we're challenging you, take note. Send someone to report on those answers. So ladies, if you'll come forward in whatever perspective that you have as to how the women are portrayed in the media. What's covered in it?
I think a lot of women are portrayed as being weak, so to speak, mainly because, back in old age, we were supposed to keep quiet about our situations, and whatever happened at home was supposed to be kept at home between the husband and the wife, and so on and so forth. But I feel like the media can also show the positive effect on that as well, and the domestic situations that go on at home too. Like, I have friends that are in domestic situations, but they feel like they can't speak because there's no remedy for it. But that's my outlook on it.
My outlook at it would be from a single mother's perspective. I raised my son for 4.5 years now, and one of the things that people don't see on the media are the mothers that don't lose their mind after having babies. You see a lot of moms who kill their kids, or they lose control of their mind, they lose control of their household as single parents, and they make rash decisions. But I am here to let you know that there are women who are strong and independent, who can be that with a man and without a man. All glory be to Jesus. But we can take care of our kids and we can raise them and have no issues with the fathers of our children, have no, you know what I mean? There's no mental challenges that we wrestle with. And if we do wrestle with them, we're strong enough to be able to go to someone else and ask them for help. We're strong enough to reach out to somebody else and say, hey, I need some help with this. But for those of you that are maybe in a domestic violence situation, I want you to know that whoever your abuser is, he or she is a bully. And since we're rallying against bullies, that's another bully situation. And women against women, you're talking about women, you're belittling them, you're berating them, you're disrespecting them. Those are fellow women. You, ma'am, are a bully, and we don't want that anymore. As a black African American strong woman, I don't want to see my women, other women that are supposed to be friends, berating and being disrespectful to one another. We're supposed to band and unite together against low self-image and low self-esteem, but we can't do that if we're causing low self-esteem to one another. And for those, like I said, that are in domestic abuse situations, I've been there, I've done that, and by the blood of Jesus, I was able to overcome that. And you have women and men in your community that want to stand with you and help shield you and protect you against those. There are so many opportunities, there's so many things available to you to be able to get help. So don't feel like you have to go through this by yourself, because you don't. But there are strong women in the community that want to see our young people. They're not the generation to come. They're the generation now. We're not going to just see them doing stuff good or bad later on in life. We see that going on now. So media, I challenge you, get off your butt. And I want to say, let's see some positive things in the media. Let's see some people that are doing good. Let's see kids that are going to college at a young age, that are hitting the books at a young age, that are able to read at a young age. Let's see that in the media. Let's stop seeing about moms who lost their mind and lost their way. How about we see mothers who have raised 5 kids and all 5 of their kids are doing great. None of them are on crack. None of them are on drugs. How about we see mothers portrayed like that in the media? So that's my challenge to you. Start showing the real people, not just who you want people to see us as.
I believe we can all ditto YiG Showcase Rising Stars if you'll come forward. Judah, how would you like to close this out?
One thing that I've noticed on Facebook, Twitter, just all over social media, all we see is kids fighting. You're putting that on that's all we see. You're glorifying it like it's something that we should be proud of. Our kids they're in the parks and they're just fighting. People are standing around. Parents, they're telling their kids, yep, go ahead. It's okay. I saw one video and there was a dad. He was telling his kids that it was okay to beat up on other kids in the park. He had 3 daughters and was telling them, no, you need to get in there. You need to get in there. No, that's not okay. And the media is glorifying it. They're allowing it to be on Facebook. They're allowing it to be on Twitter. Our parents are backing the kids up. They're not telling them, close down your Facebook, or going into the park and telling them, this is not right. That's all we see on the media. I'm tired of seeing it on my Facebook pages. People are glorifying it like it's the new Christ, and it's not okay. So that's something that needs to be addressed. Let's start putting positive things on our Facebook pages. Let's start putting just things that are not all about fighting, things that are not about our kids being left with the boyfriend and the child is being abused and now we see them dead on the news. That's all we see is so negative. We need more positive things out there.
YiG Showcase, both Dopevision and Master Meek.
Hi, I'm Soulyrik, and I'm here supporting the Stop Bullying movement. And my media challenge to each and every one of you is to stand up, go against the grain, and don't be afraid to help somebody out. Don't be afraid to be a community leader and speak positive things. Don't be afraid to start programs that are going to bring our youth in, bring our people in, to start standing up for what's right so we can cut down on all the bullying that's going on. And as a woman out here in the community, sometimes people will get caught up on your look, and you may not have an opportunity to speak, but the way that you carry yourself and your character is what's going to speak volumes. And then if you are a representative of Christ, Jesus, sometimes you may not have an opportunity to speak, but the way that you carry yourself, again, is going to speak volumes. So be encouraged. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you know is right. And just let those ideas come to you, and those visions and those dreams that you have as far as bringing our people together, as far as being a light so that we can cut down on the bullying and give us more focus in media about things that are going on that are positive, like this event that we're doing today as collective artists, and bringing one another together and just spreading the message that's going to be positive. That's what we need to see. We need to see more of that.
Dopevision and Master Meek, come up and close us out. Kyara, are you ready to say what you need to say, the spoken word? All right. Turn this way.
Running too fast past life. I'm trying to find the path that's in front of me. The keys to the door, they're invisible. I'm trying to find I'm seeing the bad, trying to find the good that's in the hood. But everybody is bad, and I'm not glad about it. Kick away the enemies, tried to see the light in me, but that didn't work. Just maybe I'm cursed. The nurse couldn't save me, so I kept running, but they kept coming. They keep mocking me. Voices keep mocking me in my sleep, in my dreams. In my dreams, they're supposed to be good. I can just name the pains they organized, hand over to me without the prize. I'm tired of this war. I keep running in this war, even if I'm sore. I can't take this anymore. Bullying, it has to stop today, no matter what they say.
Well, you heard it here. Stop Bullying Now movement, our performing artist, our YiG Showcase host, gmsnewschannel.com.